welcome to Cresswind Yoga, all levels. I am so happy that you are here today. And I know I'm on vacation, but just please know that I am missing you. I love teaching all of you, and I cannot wait to see you when I get back. So today you will need a strap and 1 or 2 blocks, depending on if you want to do the supported bridge or supported fish later on in class. So having those ready before we start. And today we are going to start on the ground in a comfortable seated position. So let's get started. We'll meet here with our eyes gently closed, grounding down through the sit bones and lengthening through the spine, relaxing the shoulders down, and taking a nice deep breath here. And slowly and controlled, releasing that exhale. Continuing to breathe deeply here. Maybe even scanning your body and seeing how you're feeling today. Breath back to normal. Bringing your awareness to your breath. And noticing as you inhale the rise of the abdomen and rises the chest. And on the exhale, the abdomen falls and the chest falls. Inhale, abdomen rises, chest rises. Exhale, abdomen falls, chest falls. And continuing noticing your breath. And on the next breath, inhaling here and lifting those arms all the way up, and exhale, allow those arms to come down. Inhale, lift those arms up, and exhale, lower those arms. Inhale, lift those arms up. On the exhale, send that left hand to that right knee, right hand behind, and inhale, lengthening here. Exhale, rotating those ribs and maybe even looking over that back shoulder. Inhale, coming all the way back up through center, and exhale, allow that right hand to come down onto that knee, left hand behind. Inhale, lengthening through that spine, and exhale, rotating those ribs toward the left. Maybe looking over that left shoulder. Inhale, coming all the way back up through center, and exhale, bring those hands down to heart center. And we're going to meet in tabletop, so however is comfortable for you to come into tabletop. Bringing those wrists underneath those shoulders and those knees underneath those hips. In that tailbone up, lifting up through that heart. And exhale, tucking that tailbone under, rounding the back and looking down towards your toes. And continuing with your breath, inhaling through cow and exhaling through cat. After the next time you do cat, bringing that spine back into neutral. Walk those hands 1 hand length forward. Tuck all 10 toes under. And inhale, we're going to just hang here with those knees hovering over that mat. Exhale, straighten those knees.
ears between the arms. And maybe walking that dog, so bending one knee and then the other. And bringing that to stillness and pressing down through those heels. And feel that energy coming up through the hands, through the arms, all the way through the back. And down the hips and down the backs of those legs, all the way into those heels. Inhale, look forward and walk those toes up to those hands. And generously bending those knees. Maybe you hang here. Maybe you want to bring opposite hands to opposite elbows, and maybe you even want to rock side to side. Whatever feels best in your body today. And bringing that to stillness, allowing those hands to come back down onto the mat. Inhale, bringing those arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bringing that block down straight in front of you. You may need it, you may not. Inhale, lengthening all the way up. And exhale, bring those hands down onto that block. If it feels easy to bring your hands at the middle height or even the smaller height, or maybe you don't even need it. Bending that right knee. Placing that right hand on the block, and inhale, lift that left arm all the way up, and breathe here. Exhale, lowering that left hand, straightening that right knee. Bend that left knee, and lift that right arm all the way up. Exhale, bringing that right hand back down. Inhale, bringing those arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Coming to the top of our mat. Inhale, lift those arms all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, and exhale, hands to heart center. All right, now we're going to grab our straps. And your strap can be folded or not, whatever is best for you. We want to make sure that we have that strap with some tension between those arms. So we're bringing those arms down to a V here. We're going to inhale, lift those arms up. And exhale, bring those arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. All right, now I'm going to do this quicker. Okay. Inhale, raise those arms up. Exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale, bring those arms back up. And exhale, cactus those arms. And continuing with your breath, inhaling up and exhale, cactusing. If you would like, when you exhale and you cactus, maybe you add a little bit of a back bend. And inhaling all the way back up with a straight back. And continuing with your breath here. Next time we come all the way up through the center, exhale, bring those hands down to heart center. I'm going to move on my mat. We will need our straps at this time. So grabbing our straps, they can be folded or not, whatever feels best for you. Bringing those feet directly underneath those hips, grounding down through those toes. Bringing that strap so that there's nice tension between those hands wherever you're grabbing it. Having a nice V shape down here. Inhale, lifting up here. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. On this, we're going to stay up here. On this next exhale, allow that right hand to come down along this side and the left arm to cross that midline. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale to the left. Breathing here. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center, and exhale to the left. Inhale all the way up, and exhale coming back down. Now we're going to add something to this next one. If it is too much, just stay with the first one with inhaling up and exhaling down forward. So inhale coming all the way up. Exhale, either you go forward or you can come back behind. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Releasing that strap. And doing some shoulder circles here, whether they be big or small, whatever feels best in your body today. All right, so let's come back to the top of our mat. Inhale all the way up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your high plank, and flow to your down dog. Inhale, look forward and walk those toes up to those hands. Inhale all the way up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale all the way up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your high plank, and flow to your down dog. Inhale, look forward and walk those hands up. Walk those feet to those hands. Inhale, look forward and walk those feet to those hands. Inhale all the way up and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your high plank and flow to your down dog. Inhale, look forward and walk those toes up to those hands. Inhale all the way up and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your high plank and to your down dog or meet in down dog. Lifting that right into three-legged dog. Inhale, look forward and send that foot in between those two hands. Staying here in your runner's lunge. Inhale, coming all the way up to crescent lunge. Exhale, bring that right hand down onto that hip, lengthening through that left arm and crossing the midline. Coming back up through center. Exhale, bring those hands down to heart center. Inhale here, and on that exhale, send that left elbow to that right knee, pressing down through that right hand. Inhale, coming back in through center. Exhale, bring those hands down onto the mat, lowering that bottom back knee and back foot, and walk those hands back and hips back for reverse runner's lunge here. On that next breath, everyone walking forward, tucking those back toes under and lifting that knee. Bringing that left hand next to that right foot, and inhale, coming up into a twist here. Lifting that right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring that right hand back down. Pressing down into those hands and send that right foot back up into three-legged dog. And exhale, set that down. Lift that left leg into three-legged dog. Inhale, look forward and set that foot in between those hands. Lengthening here in your runner's lunge. Coming all the way up into your crescent lunge. Bringing that right hand down onto that, bringing that left hand down onto that hip. Up into your crescent lunge. Bring that left hand down onto that hip and lengthen through that right arm and cross the midline. Coming back up through center. Exhale, bring those hands down into heart center. Take an inhale here, and on that exhale, send that right elbow to that left knee, pressing down through that left hand, and coming into a twist here. Inhale, coming back up through center. Exhale, bring those hands down onto the mat, lowering that back knee and foot. Lengthening here, and on that exhale, walking those hands and hips back for your reverse runner's lunge. On that next breath, walking that back forward, tucking those back toes under and lifting that back knee, pressing in to that right hand next to that left foot, and inhale, lift up that left arm. Exhale, set that left hand down, pressing into those hands and send that left leg all the way back up into three-legged dog. And exhale, set that foot down. Inhale, lift that right leg. Inhale, look forward and set that foot in between those hands. Set that back foot into warrior two and cartwheel those arms up. Pop to our warrior two, flipping that front wrist, reaching forward and coming into our reverse warrior here. Keeping that front knee over that ankle and keeping that right arm straight. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. Reaching forward and exhale, coming into your extended angle. Keeping those shoulders stacked, heart nice and open. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, butterfly those arms down, pressing into those hands, and send that right leg all the way back up to three-legged dog, and set that foot down. Lifting that left leg. Inhale, look forward, and set that foot in between those hands. Setting that back foot down into warrior two position, and cartwheel those arms up. Looking over that front middle finger. Flipping that front wrist over, reaching forward, and on the exhale, bringing that hand all the way up to reverse warrior. Coming back into warrior two, reaching forward and coming into your extended angle. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Cartwheel those arms down and press through those hands and send that left leg all the way up to three-legged dog and set that foot down. Look forward and set that foot in between those hands. Set that back foot down into warrior one. Inhale, lifting those torsos all the way up. Lengthening here. On that exhale, bring those hands down behind the back. Interlace those fingers and press down toward the ground. Making sure that front knee is still over that ankle and bringing your gaze between your eyebrows. Inhaling here, and on that exhale, forward fold. Allowing that shoulder to come down to the knee. And maybe you lift those arms up off the back. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Straightening that front leg, releasing those arms and shaking it out. Inhale, lengthening here. Exhale, allow those hands to come down along that right leg. Maybe those hands stay on that leg, or maybe they come down to the ground. Keeping those hips in through center. Inhale, coming all the way up and raising those arms up. Exhale, bring that right hand into that inside of that right leg. Both palms facing the left. Exhale, allow that right hand to come down along that right leg. Coming into your triangle pose. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bending that front knee. I'm going to have to shift that weight into that front leg. Reaching with those arms. And coming all the way up into your warrior three. Pressing through those heels behind you. Reaching forward with those hands. Exhale, bring that back leg all the way forward up into your stork. Exhale, bring those hands down to heart center and lowering that left leg and shaking that out. Shifting that, coming back to the top of our mat. Inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with that right foot into your warrior one position. And come all the way up with that torso, bending that front knee. Lengthening through your arms here. Exhale, bring those hands down behind the back. Interlace those fingers and pressing down, opening that heart and gazing between your eyebrows. the next breath, forward fold and sending that shoulder to that knee. And maybe even lifting those arms up off that back. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Releasing those arms and straightening that front leg. Maybe even shortening that stance. Lengthening here, and on that exhale, forward fold, bringing those hands down along that left leg. Maybe even onto the mat or onto blocks. Keeping those hips into center. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, bring that left hand to the inside of that left leg, both palms facing the right. Exhale, allow the hand to come down along the inside of that left leg into your triangle pose. Keeping those shoulders stacked, heart nice and open. Exhale, coming all the way back up. Bending that front knee. On the next breath, shifting that weight into that front leg and coming into your warrior three. Front leg straight. Inhale here, and on that exhale, forward fold, bringing those hands down along that left leg. Keeping those hips in through center. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Allowing that left hand to come to the inside of that left leg. Rotating that right palm so it's facing the left. And exhale, allow that left hand to come down along that left leg. Coming into your triangle pose here. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bending that front knee, reaching through those arms, shifting that weight through that front leg, and coming into your warrior three here. Pressing through that back heel. On that next breath, bringing that back leg all the way forward into stork. Exhale, bring those hands down to heart center and lowering that right foot and shaking that all out. Coming back to our top of our mat, we want to make sure that we have our block toward the top of our mat. Inhale, lifting up through those arms, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with that left foot into that warrior two position and cartwheel those arms up. Flipping that front wrist, reaching forward and coming all the way back into your reverse warrior. Back to warrior two, reaching forward and coming into your extended angle. Bringing that hand onto that block, shifting that weight onto that right leg, and allowing that left leg to move, and coming up into your half moon. Pressing through that back heel, lifting through that left arm. Exhale, coming back into your warrior two here. Take a nice big step up all the way into your volcano and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with that right foot into warrior two and cartwheel yourself up. looking over those left middle fingers. Flipping that front wrist and reaching forward and coming into your reverse warrior. Going back into warrior two. Reaching forward and coming into your extended angle. Bringing that left hand onto that block. Shifting that weight into that left leg. Allowing that right leg to come closer. And lifting it up. Pressing through that right heel. Lifting through that right arm. And coming into your half moon. Exhale, bringing that right leg back down onto the mat, coming into your warrior two. Exhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, shake that out. We are going to do our standing balance poses now. So if you want to be on the hardwood floor or on your mat, feel free to move now. Take a break. Once we are set where we would like to do our standing balance poses, we're going to find our spot on the floor that we're going to stare at and look through. Shifting that weight into that right foot, bringing our hands to heart center, coming onto those left toes. Butterfly, open that left leg, and lift that left leg up, that right leg. And maybe we stay here, or maybe we grow our arms. Maybe we stay here, or maybe we add some wind to our limbs. Maybe you close one eye, then the other. However you would like to challenge yourself today. Exhale, bring those hands down to heart center and lowering that left foot and stretching that out. All right, coming back to stillness, finding your spot on the floor, hands at heart center, coming onto those right toes, butterflying, open that right leg. Maybe you stay here, maybe you lift that right leg up, that left leg. Maybe you grow your limbs. Maybe you add some wind to your limbs here. Maybe you close one eye, then the other, working toward being able to close both, however you want to challenge. Bringing those hands down to heart center and slowly lowering that right leg and shaking that out. All right. Coming on. Delete that part, please. All right, now shifting into that right leg. Bringing that left leg up and placing that left ankle on that right thigh. Bringing our hands to heart center and bending that right knee. You feel like you're far enough down that you can reach your hands down toward the ground, feel free to do that. Bringing those hands back to heart center. Straighten that right leg and lowering that left and shaking that out. Shifting that weight into that left leg. Coming onto those right toes, hands at heart center. Lifting that right leg and placing that right ankle on the left thigh. And on the exhale, bending that knee. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you're able able to bring those hands down to the ground. On that next breath, bringing those hands back to heart center. Straightening that left leg and removing that right ankle and shaking it all out. All right, let's come back to the top of our mat. Inhale, lifting all the way up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your high plank. And slowly keeping those elbows in, coming all the way down to the ground. Keeping those hands underneath those shoulders, forehead on the mat. Inhale, lift up into your baby cobra. And exhale, back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. We're going to stay here. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you hug that spine with those shoulder blades and hover that hand. Or maybe you keep the hands on the mat and press through those hands and straighten the arms. Listening to what the low back is saying today. Exhale, coming all the way back down. Bringing those arms down along the sides. Inhale, lift those legs, lift those arms, and lift the heart up into locust. And exhale, back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. We're going to stay here. So if you would like, you can bring your arms out to a V in front of your body, or you can just leave them back on your sides. And exhale back down. Stacking those forearms and bringing the forehead onto the forearms. Bend those knees so both bottoms of the feet are toward the ceiling. And windshield wiper those legs. And bringing that to stillness and lowering those feet onto the mat. Bringing those hands back on underneath the shoulders. Tuck all 10 toes under. And inhale here, and on the exhale, press all the way up and shift those hips back and come into your child's pose. Whatever version feels best for you, and breathe here. And on that next breath, coming all the way back up, swinging those feet off to the side and bringing those glutes onto the mat. And bringing those feet all the way to the top of the mat. At this time, if you would like to do the supported bridge or supported fish, depends on which and how many blocks you'll need on this side. You'll also want your strap readily available to you. So grounding down through those sit bones and lengthening through the spine. Inhale, lift those arms all the way up, and exhale, forward fold. Allowing those hands to land wherever they do. For those of you that can grab onto those toes, lifting those heels up, adding a little bit of an extra stretch there for you. breath, releasing those feet, and inhale, lifting that all the way back up, rolling those shoulders back. Bending that right knee and placing that foot inside that left thigh. Inhale, lengthening here, and on that exhale, forward fold. Bringing those hands down along that leg wherever they land. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Straighten that right leg. Bend that left knee and place that foot in that thigh. Inhale, lengthening here, and on that exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Straightening that left leg. Bending both those feet, both those knees, and bringing the bottoms of the feet together. Lengthening here, and on that exhale, forward fold. On that next breath, walking that back up, bringing those knees back in through center. Feet flat on the floor. Allowing yourself to come into whatever version of boat that you would like, whether that's lifting one leg, then the other, maybe lifting both legs with knees bent, maybe that's adding the arm, or maybe that's even having the legs straight. And on that next breath, lowering those legs and lowering the spine and reaching up over the head with those arms for a full body stretch here. Bringing those knees in and giving them a nice big hug. Maybe rocking side to side here. Bringing that to stillness and grabbing a hold of your strap. Allow that left foot to come down onto the mat. And bring that strap to the right ball of the foot. And send that right foot straight up to the ceiling. Pressing through that heel and bringing those toes toward the heart. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you want to walk your hands up that strap. Leaving those shoulders on the mat. Releasing that leg back over the hip bone. Place the strap in that right hand. Lift those left knees up over the hips. On the next breath, allow the left leg to go to the left and the right leg to go to the right. All 10 toes towards your heart. And breathe here. On that next breath, activating those inner leg muscles and using those leg muscles, slowly bring those legs back together. Lowering that left foot down onto the mat, walking it out as wide as the mat, and keeping the foot there and bringing that knee in through center. Bring that left hand onto the strap, allowing the right arm to come down. And on the next breath, allow that right leg to come toward the left. Both hips should be on the mat. And the legs should create an X shape. And breathe here. On on that next breath, bringing that leg back through center, walking that left foot back through center, releasing that strap from that right leg, keeping that heel toward the ceiling. On the exhale, slowly and controlled, we're going to lower that leg with a count of 4. So 4, start lowering that leg. 3, nice and controlled. 2, and 1. Allow that heel to touch the mat. Bending that knee and gliding that heel along the mat, bringing that right foot next to the left. Bring that left knee in and give it a nice big hug. And bring that strap to the ball of that left foot. And send that heel all the way up to the ceiling. Bringing those toes toward the heart. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you walk your hands up that strap. Bringing those legs closer to the body. Keeping the shoulders on the mat. Bringing that leg back over the hip. Bringing the strap into that left hand. Lift that right knee over the hip. On the exhale, allowing the left leg to go to the left and the right leg to go to the right. All 10 toes toward the heart. And breathe here. On that next breath, activate those inner leg muscles and slowly bring those legs back together using those leg muscles. Lowering that right foot back down onto the mat. Walk that right foot over to the edge of the mat. Keeping the right foot on the right edge of the mat, allow that right knee to come in through the center. Bring that strap into that right hand and lengthen here. And on that exhale, allow that left leg to come to the right. And breathe here. On that next breath, bringing that leg back in through center. Walk that right foot back in through center. Releasing that strap from that left leg and setting it off to the side. Pressing that heel up into the ceiling, toes toward the heart. Activating those ab muscles, and on a slow count of 4, starting to lower that leg. So 4, start lowering that leg. 3, nice and controlled. 2, and 1. Allow that heel to touch the mat. Bending that knee and gliding that foot in back toward that right foot. Walk those feet out as wide as the mat. And windshield wiper those legs a little bit here. Bringing that to stillness, and walk those feet back in so that they are hip distance apart from each other. So that our feet are back in through center. Walk those heels as close to the glutes. Bring those arms down along the side and reach those hands toward those heels. Pressing into those feet, activating those glutes, and on an exhale, lift those hips all the way up. And on that next exhale, slowly lowering the spine all the way back
on that next exhale, lifting those hips all the way up to your bridge. Exhale, slowly lower that spine all the way back down. To feet. Stop. Now that the feet are back into center, walk those feet back as close to the glutes as possible, bringing the arms down along the sides, reaching toward those heels. Press into those feet. Activate those glutes, and on that exhale, lifting those hips all the way up, coming up into your bridge. On that next exhale, slowly lowering that all the way back down. On your next inhale, pressing into those feet, activating those glutes, and on that exhale, lifting those hips all the way up. And breathing here. And on that next exhale, slowly lowering the spine all the way back down. At this time, you can choose to do a supported bridge or a supported fish, whichever one you prefer to do. If you are doing the supported bridge, press into those feet, activate those glutes, and lift those hips all the way up, taking that block and placing it underneath that sacrum, that triangular part at the bottom of your spine. If you are in bridge, feel free to play here however feels right for you. Or if you are in fish, feel free to relax those shoulders down onto the mat. And continue to breathe deeply here. Listening to and honoring your body. If you are in bridge and your feet are up in the air, bringing those feet back down onto the mat. Pressing into those feet, lifting those hips on the exhale and removing that block. And slowly lowering the spine all the way back down. If you are in fish, bring one arm all the way up and across the midline. And slowly rolling off the block. Removing the block from underneath you and rolling back onto your back. And once you come into your Shavasana, take a nice deep breath. And on the exhale, slowly releasing that exhale. Maybe taking a few more deep breaths here.
becoming aware of your breath, aware of the body, gently moving with each inhale and exhale. Notice on the inhalation that the abdomen gently rises, then chest rises. And on the exhalation, abdomen falls, chest falls. Inhale, abdomen rises, chest rises. Exhale, abdomen falls, chest falls. And feel this wave of breath like a wave washing into the shore, then washing away from the shore. Follow this gentle wave of breath. Each breath, watching the wave rise and watching it fall. No need to make any changes to the breath. Simply watching. Watching the natural wave of breath, like watching the gentle waves on the ocean. Simply follow the natural pace of breath. Begin to count the waves. Inhale 1, exhale 2. Inhale 3, exhale 4, and so on up to 26. If you lose track, that's okay. Simply start again at 1. Letting go of counting the waves of breath. It doesn't matter if you reach 26 or lost track. Letting go of the count. Bringing your awareness back to your heart center. Noticing the heart center rising on the inhalation and falling on the exhalation. Taking a few deep breaths here. And maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes and feel the lightness of the sensation. Maybe even stretching or moving your body in any way that feels right for you. Stay here, and maybe you roll onto one side, using the bottom arm as a pillow and bringing the knees in closer to the heart. And maybe you stay here, or maybe you use that top arm and slowly pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Meeting here with our eyes gently closed, hands at heart center, Grounding down through those sit bones and lengthening through the spine. Relaxing those shoulders down. Finding an inhale here, and on that exhale, slightly leaning forward, releasing anything that no longer serves you. And on the inhale, rising back up, and allowing anything you may need, allowing it to come in. Bowing the chin toward the heart as a sign of gratitude. Thank you for taking time for your self-care today, for hitting play and rolling out your mat. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.